I just gotta say, it's pretty freaking cool when you fully lean in and you completely surrender. And more recently, I've been working with people with a really strong faith, only to realize they've still got this internal battle inside. And I truly believe in the power of energetics and the power of everything happening in the right place at the right time, like God's place in God's time, not our place in our time. Because if you're anything like me, you have a plan for your life, and your life ends up going according to some other plan. And you think, what's going on? I didn't plan for this. I didn't prepare for this. And it's so easy to get stuck inside your mind of asking the question, why did this happen to me? Why this? And believe things that you know in your soul you actually don't believe. And so it becomes this really messed up head heart game where you think, why is this happening to me? Is God trying to punish me? Maybe I deserve to be punished. And the enemy will come in and point you to your sin and say, well, yes, that's true, you do. And you're like, yes, that's true, I do. What do you mean? I believe in a God who's all loving. How could an all loving God punish me? But he doesn't like sin. And so if I have sin, therefore he doesn't like me. And for your mind to just feel like a complete mess with all these thoughts and not be able to differentiate the truth from truth, from what your soul knows, what your heart knows, what your head knows. So it can feel all too easy like they're separate or they're disconnected. But there's a logical understanding and knowing that they're all connected. And you can think, well, I don't feel connected because I'm living in the battle of this story. I'm living in the struggle of this battle, and this is the story it's connected to. And I'm the main character in that story. So, what does that mean about me? Maybe it means that I deserve this punishment. Maybe it deserves that I'm going to live this way forever, that things are never going to change. And the enemy will come in and use those beliefs and will use them to keep you stuck, keep you thinking that it's up to you to fight the battle that you're fighting. And you're thinking, wait a minute, no, I know that can't be true. And it can't go on much longer because look at where it's got me. Why don't I just stop fighting the battle? And it's like, no, God made me strong. God made me a warrior. God made me this way. God built me this way. I know He placed the strength inside of me. I know He's giving me everything that I need. And I know I have strength inside of me and things that I need to continue going on. But I wonder for how long. I just can't see going on this way for any longer than today. I just had a client who booked in a connection call with me yesterday. We had our session today, and this was exactly her experience as she explained. And it came down to faith. It really came down to faith. This thing that happened to her over 2 decades ago that she said literally in an instant, in a second, her eyes saw this, her ears heard this, and from that exact moment, everything changed. And since then, it's been a battle that she's been fighting and wanted, needed, literally, physically felt like her life depended on it. Stop fighting the battle, but didn't know how. And a lot of times we get into this place of faith where we question, do I have enough faith? Do I have enough confidence in my faith? Do I really have what it takes? And this internal connection and awareness to I. It's me. I'm fighting. It's me. I'm trying. Instead of really leaning into what our heart and soul knows, especially as followers of Christ, the battle belongs to the Lord. So why is it that we're stepping in and we're taking the front line and we're going, get out, Lord, I don't need you. I've got this. Thank you, though. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the backup. Thank you for the assistance. But I've got it. You've given me everything that I need. In you, I am set free. That is true. Then why are we still trying to take his place in his position? There's a lot of us giving up, surrendering, letting go feels like losing, feels like laziness, feels like complacency, feels like we're not doing anything. And so it often becomes this spiritual battle that is manifested and presented as a physical battle. This client in particular has had a lot of physical pain and ailments over her life that, yeah, started a long time ago when that thing happened in just a moment, and felt like I see miracle after miracle after miracle happening around me. But the thing is, they're happening to other people. So I have confidence and I have faith that miracles can occur for them, but somehow I'm different and I don't fit in. Somehow I am the exception. God won't do that for me. God won't create that for me. God won't provide that for me. God won't allow that for me. So there must be something wrong with me. Do you see all the messed up internal beliefs that take place when this is the internal battle and struggle that you're going through? Especially as a follower, especially as someone who does believe. And then we can think, I don't have enough belief. My belief is too general. My belief is too vague. I believe in this and this and this. I believe that Jesus died and then he rose again and that he conquered death. And I do believe that. But, and there's a but, and that but is an interjection that changes everything that comes after it. So it changes the story for you and it takes it out of alignment with truth. And it takes you out of that story that this can happen to everyone else but me. Don't you see? And with this particular client, there was that physical manifestation of what she could see. It's just seeing manipulation, seeing control, seeing that people looked at her differently from her belief in her identity. Believing I am a good person, I am a loving person, I'm a caring person, I'm a woman of God, I am all these things, kind, loving, compassionate. But people don't see me as that. What they see me as is, and then there was a story to follow that. And that's what this internal spiritual battle and struggle does. That's what it causes. It causes this disillusion. It causes you to see and live through a different lens, through a filtered lens, through a hazy lens, through a jaded lens. And it causes so much internal chaos and turmoil. And it's not a fun way to live. It's living every day as if literally you're on the front lines of the battlefield. It's living in constant chaos. It impacts your sleep. She said, I just, I just don't sleep anymore. And I said, well, duh, naturally. I mean, why would you sleep if your mind says don't sleep? We've got a battle to fight. We've got to go. We're on the front lines. We're not second draft. We're not being called in next. We're here now. This is occurring now. So it's this reconnection to the truth and a removal of this illusions. I made a post yesterday about disillusioned illusions, and that's exactly what it was. So if that's what you're going through, that's what you're struggling with, this spiritual internal battle, this emotional battle, this mental battle, and you're like her and you've gone to neurologists and psychotherapists or whatever other ologist, and she said they didn't do anything. All they did was try to prescribe something for me. But this is different. This is really different. And it's not just a 1, 2, 3, click your fingers, close your eyes, drop, go inside, and then I just spew out suggestions to you because your mind will reject the suggestions. That's why audios generally don't work. That's why affirmations generally don't work, because there's an internal, far more powerful subconscious belief backing you, creating you, making you, manifesting you as you. And that is the you that you see. The you that you see is the you that you believe. And her and like so many others, I can try to be positive and I try to be positive and say, hey, you've got this, and like look at the bright side and find the silver lining in everything. But I can't do it for me because for me, I believe a different thing. So it's like saying to the laws of the universe or to the laws of God, the creator, I believe in this for everyone else, but I don't believe in this for me. And so you're really saying I'm questioning everything. And in the questioning of everything, there's confusion. In questioning, there's confusion, not clarity. And so it's the removal of the confusion to allow for the integration and the coming in of the clarity that your body, that your mind, that your eyes, that your heart, that your soul desires and deserves and has already been given. And then it gets to be simple. Life gets to be simple. Life gets to be clear. Life gets to be a, whoa, of everything I already know. And it just gets to work with flow. It just gets to be in the flow, in the zone, however you say it, however you want to word it, whatever you want to call it. That's what it gets to be. It just gets to be this natural state, this homeostasis state, this balanced, aligned state. Understanding that balance and alignment isn't just a standstill, like a teeter-totter. It's constantly, consistently, continuously moving ever so slightly, moving, going with the flow. There's like a river. You don't see a river that stands still or a river that flows. It's constantly on the go. And because it's moving, it's pushing things out that fall into it that really don't belong in it. And it's just clearing and moving and constantly clearing and moving and going, okay, here we go. But it's without effort. No river wakes up in the morning and says, man, oh, geez, another day at work. I got to put a lot of effort into moving this log of this tree that just fell from the banks into the water. Here, you ready? You ready? You ready, river? You ready, water? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, go. It just naturally does it. It does it without thought, without effort. It just happens. All that stuff just moves down. There's a river that my daughter and I like to go paddleboarding at. And at the very end of it, you see this gathering of all this debris that has just naturally found its way to the end because it didn't belong in the flow. And so your life, like that river, when you're in the flow, things that naturally don't belong there just get pushed and moved out of its wake, out of its way. And that is the way that life was intended to be, designed to be. We're not designed to sit there on the banks of the river and worry, how am I going to clean up this river? Oh my gosh, how am I going to remove this log? The river just finds a way naturally. Doesn't sit there and worry about it. It just does it. It does not function in the same way that we do. And I understand we're not a river, we have souls, but same kind of concept with our heart and with our mind and with our eyes. And a lot of it is what we see, and it's perception of what we see and how we see and how we impact what we see, how those beliefs and things that we see impact our beliefs. You see, it all works together. It all works cohesively. It all gets to work together when we clear and remove out the internal junk and gunk. And that is what I love guiding people to do. So when that is what you are ready for, whether you feel like it's stuck in your chest, in your eyes, in your mind, in your body, wherever it is, you're ready to clear it out and clear the path, I would love to guide you to doing just that. You can find out more at sarahpacaro.com. Until then, I will see you later. Love you guys. Bye for now.